Tory Lanez has reached the end of the road to his freedom. There's no way out, and hope has run out for him this time. From being a Grammy-nominated artist to getting locked away behind bars, Tory Lanez is one rapper who, like Suge Knight, won't be calling himself a free man anytime soon. It all seemed like it would work out in his favor, but prison was about to be his domain for a long time. Keep watching till the end of this video to see what's really happening to Tory Lanez in prison. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. What's really happening to Tory Lanez in prison? Tory Lanez was sentenced to 10 years in prison over the 2020 roadside shooting of Megan Thee Stallion. Tory Lanez was originally scheduled to be sentenced in February of this year, but his legal team filed a motion for a new trial in March that was ultimately denied. In the months that followed, Lanez's sentencing date was pushed back several times. Prosecutors were seeking a 13-year sentence and cited 3 violations of pretrial court orders, telling the judge that Tory Lanez had waged a campaign to humiliate and re-traumatize Megan. His attorneys asked for him to be re-sentenced to 3 years in prison and were seeking probation and mandatory rehab, citing Megan's alcohol addiction and childhood trauma. Tory Lanez's legal team submitted letters of recommendation from family members, and leaders of non-profit organizations, and even a few of his peers from the music industry, including Iggy Azalea. Lanez has been in jail without bond since a jury found him guilty on December 23rd of 3 felony firearm counts. These counts stemmed from an incident on July 12, 2020, in which fellow rapper Megan Thee Stallion alleged he shot her after they left a Hollywood Hills party at Kylie Jenner's home. "He not only shot me, he made a mockery of my trauma." The statement continued, "This is a statement for all survivors that their lives matter and there is zero tolerance for the torture that accompanies violence." Tory Lanez was convicted on 1 felony count, each of assault with a semi-automatic firearm, negligent discharge of a firearm, and carrying a loaded, unregistered firearm in a vehicle. The trial had several unexpected twists in testimony and varied interpretations of the hard evidence in the case. Megan suffered wounds to her feet that she described to police at the scene as the result of broken glass, but later claimed were caused by gunshots from Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez repeatedly denied that he was the one who shot at Megan and pleaded not guilty in November 2020. The trial began on December 12, 2022, with testimony from Megan herself, who claimed Lanez had shot her in an emotional retelling of the roadside assault. She told the jury, "I wish Tory Lanez had just shot and killed me." The defense went on to argue that this was a case about jealousy between Megan and Kelsey Harris, her former friend and ex-assistant, who both allegedly had intimate relationships with Tory Lanez. Kelsey Harris was described as a key witness for the prosecution, but on the stand, she claimed she either didn't see or couldn't remember the circumstances of the shooting due to her consumption of alcohol that night and because she was dealing with anxiety and postpartum depression. Tory Lanez's attorney, George McDessian, contended that the events of those nights occurred because Megan and Kelsey Harris had a heated and drunken dispute about disloyalty, since they were both allegedly sleeping with Tory Lanez. The case attracted intense scrutiny and public debate, and it was a polarizing debate that led to Megan largely disappearing from the limelight. In an essay written by Megan, she reflected on the situation, writing, "When the guilty verdict came on December 23, 2022, it was more than just a vindication for me. It was a victory for every woman who has ever been shamed, dismissed, and blamed for a violent crime committed against them." Tory Lanez's attorney told reporters after court on Monday that the rapper maintains his innocence and that his incarceration will be detrimental to the non-profit groups and individuals that he supports financially.
Just because someone makes a mistake doesn't mean they should pay for it for the rest of their lives the way this situation turned out.
Tory Lanez's criminal history. In 2017, Tory Lanez was arrested in Florida's Broward County on drug and gun charges. An expired dealer's tag on his 2014 Rolls-Royce prompted Miramar police to stop the rapper. In addition to the expired tag, Lanez lacked a valid driver's license, which prohibited him from driving in the U.S. According to a police report, cops discovered 20 grams of marijuana in his glove box and an unloaded gun in the center console. His lawyer told reporters that his client would be fully exonerated once all the facts came to light. The rapper was released after posting a $1,000 bond. Tory Lanez's beef with rappers. Drake. Megan Thee Stallion isn't the only artist Tory Lanez has had an altercation with. Drake and Tory Lanez's dispute began in 2010. Lanez challenged Drake to listen to his mixtape, Playing for Keeps, saying that if he didn't enjoy it, he would gift him $10,000. But Drake didn't oblige. At first, things seemed calm between the artists, but in 2015, friction seemed to arise when Tory Lanez named his new mixtape New Toronto, perhaps a sly slight at Drake, who at the time was Toronto's hottest artist. Drake countered with a line on his track titled Summer 16, where he raps, "All you boys in the new Toronto wanna be me a little. All your exes know I like my O's with a V in the middle." In May 2017, their beef finally came to an end, with Drake and Tory Lanez putting their issues behind them and confirming it was all love with a simple Instagram post. People on both teams encouraged the two to let go of their petty beef. Royce da 5'9". On December 18, 2018, Royce da 5'9" got into a Twitter argument with Tory Lanez over Joyner Lucas. Royce's issue with Lanez started when a fan randomly asked the Detroit rapper if Lanez had won the verbal back and forth with Lucas. Royce responded to the tweet saying, "No." Tory Lanez caught wind of Royce's reply and took offense. In a now deleted tweet, Tory Lanez went back to Royce's tweet and replied, "That's why you rapidy always had the wrong conception of a W. Shows why y'all careers look how they look now." Royce then replied to the tweet saying, "No need to get upset, little homie. I thought yours was dope too. Somebody like you disrespecting somebody like me is ridiculous though. I'ma let slide because you're new." Tory Lanez then came back at him and questioned the Detroit rapper's lyrical skills and relevance in the rap game. He tweeted, "Ain't nobody scared of Rolls 57 lyrically. I deleted my comment cause I'm not gone. Keep acting like my Joyner didn't do his thing. The old kinda had a point. What I said came off like some hating. People are allowed to think anybody won. Simple." An agitated Royce shot back at Tory Lanez with a heated tweet saying, if you're trying to get your beat, you're doing everything right. I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt because you're Canadian. Now, go play somewhere before I get upset." But Tory Lanez never responded or replied to the tweet. Do you think Tory Lanez would survive his time in prison? Do you think he deserved the sentence he got? Join the conversation and let us know in the comments section below. Thanks.